Hello everyone. Good morning. Okay. So today we'll be starting with very interesting topic interface. As we are discussing data abstraction, correct? First of all, let me tell you what is data abstraction. So we are learning hiding of internal mechanism of the software and providing some important information to the user, right? Only relevant features to the user. That process called data abstraction. Okay. So in abstraction, there are two ways to achieve abstraction. One is abstract class, another way is interface. And as I told you, interface is important for us because Selenium WebDriver, it is completely designed and developed as an interface only. Okay. So very first, let's discuss what we have completed yesterday. When it comes to the abstract class, let me tell you, this is a class where you can declare a class using abstract keyword. Okay. This class can have both type of method. What does mean by both type of method and what methods are? So generally implemented and non-implemented method. When it comes to implemented method, it's all about method with body. And when you say non-implemented method, it's all about method without any body. Okay. So whenever you declare in programming method without any body, such a method you need to declare with the help of abstract keyword and then it becomes abstract method. So abstract method doesn't have any kind of body. That's the rule. Okay. Now when it comes to the, let's say after abstraction means whenever you declare both the type of method, then that class will be not considered as a fully implemented class. And that's the reason you can't create object of such a class. So any method, if it is abstract, who is going to implement? There we need child class. So remember in abstract class and child class always implement, parent class method. And that is what again overriding concept. And through the child class only, you can access method of parent. Means in abstraction, only two scenarios are valid. Either you can create child class reference, child class object, and you can access both the thing from parent and child. Either you can create parent reference and child object because parent reference, parent object is not possible. Okay, so that's the rule we have yesterday discussed. Now let me show you few things. Okay, so you can see the class which is declared with abstract keyword that will become abstract class. So you can see abstract class will help you to achieve partial abstraction that can be in between 0 to 100%. Depends on the scenario, but not fully 100%. I will say in between the range you will able to achieve. A class can extend another class, okay, or child class can extend abstract class. It must be declared with the keyword abstract. It can have abstract and non-abstract method, means method which is fully implemented and method which is not fully implemented. And the object are not possible for abstract class. And we can have a constructor and we can have a static methods also. Even we can have a final methods also in your abstract class. So these are the rule that we can follow. Okay. But again, how we can implement it? So using child class only. And this example we have seen yesterday. But today I would like to talk about interface. What is interface and how come interface is very special? Okay. So very first point is interface is a special class. In interface, whatever method you will declare, those method are by default public and by default abstract method only. Interface will not allow you to declare any method with body. Remember, by default, every method in interface is abstract only. And that's the reason. Interface will help you to achieve 100% abstraction. Okay. So if you can see the example, like yesterday, what we did, we have created one interface. Agree? Just for example, like let me show you abstraction and see this is what the RBI interface we have designed. An interface can only have all the method which are by default public and all the method by default abstract. Correct? So you don't need to write abstract keyword also. It is by default in nature, methods are abstract. If you declare any variable in interface, that variable become final and static variable. Means nobody can update the value. So it is very special class. Yesterday we have seen the banking scenario that already one class is implemented with some feature and child class wanted to update it, right? Then we can just that feature we can implement by the child and then child can use it. What is the benefit of interface? Everyone, see, RBI rule has to be followed by all the banks. Means every time bank doesn't need to implement, okay, the method which is defined in the RBI. Okay, if the RBI is a parent for that bank, definitely that bank has to implement all the method, whatever it is there in the RBI. Are you getting my point? So in our example, HDFC is a child for RBI. That's the reason HDFC can implement. And whatever HDFC rules are there, HDFC can follow the same. Similarly, tomorrow any Axis Bank is there. Again, Axis Bank become child for RBI. It has to implement all the method of RBI. And then Axis Bank can again introduce those method with their own way. Means rate of interest is not similar in every bank. Correct? So that we can implement as per the bank, whatever guidelines are there based on that. So the benefit is what? If there is an application, correct? An application have some feature, but let's say we have multiple other projects, and in every project we wanted that common feature. Let's say example calculator. In calculator, let's say we have some different types of projects wanted to develop. Okay, let me give this example. Why interface is required? So consider we have multiple projects. Okay, some client is client required one application to be implement where calculator is only they wanted to design, but the calculator is scientific calculator. Okay, what they want total 500 methods in that. Fine. Some other calculator or some other client is there, and some other client wanted to develop some other calculator, let's say calculator for EMI calculation, right? And they want some around 300 methods. Okay, but both the projects have some common method. Now please focus. Both the projects have some common method. So those common list of method, how they can implement? See, if the developer again and again writing that common method in both the projects, right? That will be duplicate, right? And what's a good understanding or what's a good guideline for the programming? We should avoid the duplication. Then what we can do for all the common method, let's say 100 methods are common, we found. Then for all the 100 method, instead of repeating those method, we can design interface. Got it? So what is the beauty? You can just define here method structure. And then whenever scientific calculator and EMI calculator will become child class for your interface, they will implement those method by their own way. Means scientific calculator wanted to pass some different data. Maybe EMI calculation wanted to pass some different data. They can pass and they can reuse the method. Are you getting my point? So here, whenever any user is coming, right? User is accessing the project. But for user, this part is hidden. From where exactly the methods are implemented and all, this part is totally hidden. And that's the reason. It is called information hiding or hiding implementation detail of the software. Are you getting my point? So that's the reason we need interface. So Java says that, okay, instead of repeating the logic, and suppose every other participant or every other project needs some different data, then we can't declare a same method. Better we can do what? We can declare only one time, and all the other classes need to become child and they can access all the method. This is what the main concept of interface. Okay. Today, just to understand again interface, child class, okay, how they're implementing, I will be giving you one of the best example. So please focus and try to understand the flow. Now, this example is completely non-technical. Okay, but this is very helpful to understand the logic. Okay, guys, I'm giving you some hospital scenario. So just focus. What exactly scenario it is? Consider. Okay, so in India, all the hospitals has to follow all the rule defined by Indian Medical Association. Great. So consider we have one hospital. I will be taking, let's say, Noble Hospital. And Noble Hospital wanted to, okay, this is available in India. So absolutely, they need to follow all the rule defined by Indian Medical Association. Guys, all the hospitals has to follow same rule, whatever it is there in the Indian Medical Association. So better I will design Indian Medical Association as an interface, and then any other hospital you can write as a class, child class, which will implement all the features from that Indian Medical Association. Got it? Means which will implement all the feature of that interface. So let's create this single level inheritance first. One is a parent, another one is a child. So what I'm going to do now, focus properly. This example is very important to know. Now, what I'm going to do, I will design one interface. And here you can observe. Okay, so currently my interface is IMA, Indian Medical Association. I'm writing in short name. Okay, this interface have some method. Okay, so let me design some method. Let's say Indian Medical says that, okay, again by default methods are public, so no need to write public. I'm directly writing. Okay, Indian Medical says that in every hospital, some services should be common. Example, we should have cardio service and which should be common. Okay, then we should have, suppose dental service is also important and we should have dental service also for every hospital. So I'm just taking simple example. I'm just taking two important, what we can say, methods. Okay, cardio and second one is dental. Great. Let me save my interface. Now, interface method, who will implement? Child class. So let me design my child class. Who is my hospital? Hospital is Noble Hospital. So I'm writing Noble HS as a name for my child class. And consider this class have its own method. Example, it says, okay, Noble Hospital have its own method. It's a medical service. Okay, they have their own medical. Okay, so let me write. This is the particular method we have into Noble Hospital. So I'm just going to write a message. This is coming from Noble Hospital and this is a medical service. Okay, done. So we have defined some service here and let me save it. But as per the rule, I wanted to become this class as a child class for interface IMA. So we know that interface and class, what's the relation? Implement, guys. We can't extend. Okay. So here I'm writing Noble Hospital implements everything from whom? IMA, Indian Medical Association. Immediately you can see what you are getting. It is asking you to implement all the classes, whatever there in that particular interface. I mean, all the methods, whatever there is available in that interface. So let's implement that. So currently you can see immediately I'm getting all the methods are overridden method. Correct? I got this method as a overridden method. So let me implement it. Now as per the rule, child class will implement the method. So I'm just writing here Noble Hospital. And now Noble Hospital have one more service, which is cardio service. Great. This is what the implementation. Again, let's implement dental service also. Now, Noble Hospital giving you same dental service also, right? So let me just write dental service. Great. So guys, technically what we are understanding interface and how exactly we can implement the interface. So one more time I'm repeating. I have created one simple interface, Indian Medical Association. All the hospitals in India, they have to follow this particular rule defined by the Indian Medical Association. And I have created here two methods. Means my interface contains two methods and it says that every hospital should have these two services. Correct? Then I have created here one child and child is having its own method, which is medical service, but child will be implemented parent class. And that's the reason. Now child is giving you cardio service also and the dental service also. So this is what the basic scenario. So let's test it. Correct? So I'm just going to create a one more class for testing it. So guys, I'm writing test hospital. Okay, let me just write test hospital better. And let me create a main function. Now here, I will be creating scenarios. Now you know the rule. Whenever we talk about interface or data abstraction, out of four, only two scenarios are valid. First valid scenario is either you can create child class reference, correct? Or you can create child class object, that is valid. Child class reference, child class object, which is valid scenario. So let me design a child class reference and child class object. In our case, Noble Hospital is the child class. So I'm writing H1, it is equal to new. Again, I'm writing Noble HS constructor. So this is my child class. And we know the rule, child can have a property of parent and child both. So please have a look. H1 is calling what? Now, medical service means it's individual service. Agree now? This is individual service of this class. Now, H1 is calling cardio also, and which is coming from the parent. then I will say this is inherited even. This is abstract method. Remember, very important point. Again, H1 can access dental service. Correct na? So I can access here dental service, and that is also inherited abstract method. That's the relation. And guys, at this moment, child has already implemented all the method. So whenever any patient reach to Noble Hospital, they can have these services. But is it really matter for that patient that okay, services are defined by whom? No, right? Indian Medical Association part, it is not matter for that patient. Patient needs services, hospital is providing services, that is enough. This is called data abstraction, hiding internal mechanism of the software. Now please have a look. Our example is not okay ended. Focus. So I'm running this code and I got the result. Great. But there is a one more scenario which is valid. So let me design that too. See, we can't create interface object. Agree? So that's the reason we need a child class. So here, the second scenario which is valid, parent reference and child object. We can create child class object. That is a very interesting scenario. Okay, who is our parent? Indian Medical Association. That's our parent, IMA. I'm writing, okay, I1, it is equal to new, and I'm writing child class, which is Noble Hospital constructor, means my object. When you write in this manner, you can access only methods from the parent. That means using I1, I can call cardio service. Using I1, I can call dental service, but I'm not able to call medical service. Clear? Parent can't access property of child. And that's the reason. Only two methods you will get. But yes, already these methods are overridden by the child. Technically, it's overriding. And that's the reason you will get updated result only. Means again, I'm getting that Noble Hospital have implemented those methods. Is this point clear to all? First scenario only, right? One type where we actually achieve single level inheritance. It's all about single level. But just now think, tomorrow, this Noble Hospital wanted to, make one more branch in US, let's say. Absolutely, that hospital has to follow all the rule which is defined by the US government. Can I say that? There is also we have US Medical Association, right? Then hospital have to follow all the rule defined by the US Medical Association. So guys, means again, I will be writing US Medical Association as a parent, which is interface, and Noble Hospital who is going to implement the method, whatever defined by that US Medical Association. Let's design this scenario first. Now focus. Again, I'm creating second interface. So my second interface name is US Medical Association. Just have a look, this important example. So very much important. This will help you a lot, okay, for your automation part. So focus. Again, these services, I mean, there are two services, let's say neuro service, okay. And it says, okay, fine. Every hospital should have, let's say, physio service, okay. So I'm just writing physio service. Great. And let me save it. Now, US Medical is giving us two services, neuro service and the physio service. Okay, and now who is our child class? Noble Hospital. Absolutely, Noble Hospital wanted to access or wanted to implement all this method. But guys, if you focus carefully, what type of inheritance it is? One child is trying to acquire properties of two different parents. Means if you talk about inheritance, it should be something like this, like Noble Hospital trying to extend properties from Indian Medical Association, comma, US Medical Association. But do you remember what type of inheritance it is? Anyone? One child is trying to access property from two different parents. This is called multiple inheritance in Java. Got it? And let me tell you, multiple inheritance means using extend keyword, it is not possible to extend at a time two different classes. One class can't extend two different classes at a time. But as I told you, this inheritance we are able to achieve with the help of interface. So this is the case. Now one child trying to acquire properties from two different parents, and this is we can implement using interface concept. Now how? Please have a look. So I will come back to child. Okay. Now child is already implementing one interface, but at this time I will do what? I wanted to create a one more parent, just put comma and write US Medical Association. And now you can see no problem at all. This is what we are actually achieving multiple inheritance, okay, in Java. Remember, using interface, we can achieve. Okay, why we are getting error? Do you remember the rule? Whenever any interface and other child class is there, child class has to implement all the method, whatever there inside that interface. Currently, US Medical says that I'm providing you two services. Both the services, child class will implement. So you are getting this error. It is asking you, Java is asking you, please implement all the method. How? You can just click on this message. You are having ready-made guideline, add a unimplemented method, and you can see two more methods got added, okay, in this particular class. So let me update this method with the as per the service. This is the neuro service. And then I'm writing, okay, fine. Now child is having one more method, which is all about physio service. Great, everyone. So means whenever patient will reach to the noble hospital, now they are getting benefits from all the services. But exactly those services coming from which parent, that doesn't really matter for that patient. Try to understand. So here we are able to achieve successfully, okay, multiple inheritance in Java. And let's see, let's understand testing part now. If I come back, let me save everything and let me come back to test hospital. Now you can see we have a rule, child reference, child object, child can access everything from the parent. But currently this child having two parent means we can access method from both the parent. So already Indian medical methods we have called. Let me call h1 dot neuro service. Yes. And let me call h1 dot again physio service. Better physio service. Perfect. And these two are also inherited abstract method as per the relation. Correct? If you can save and if you can run, you will see all the method implemented by that noble hospital. So you are getting here messages as per our method calling. Got it? Now, if I come back to Indian medical, is it Indian medical able to access anything from US? No, right? There is no relation between the parents, right? If there is a relation, then only it is possible. But at this moment, if you try to call anything, you will not get access. See, I can't call neuro service, I can't call physio service also. But now in our case, we have a US medical as a parent. Here parent reference and I'm taking Indian Medical Association. Correct? But if I wanted to define here, now another parent reference. And who is this time parent? This time US Medical is a parent. So better I will do what? I will create US Medical Association U1. It is equal to new. Absolutely for interface, parent class reference, parent class object not allowed. So we can take a help of child. So let me create object for child and reference of parent. And as per the rule, we can access only parent method. But parent method are already overridden by the child. That's the reason you will get updated one. So even though I'm calling, okay, neuro service, perfect. I'm calling that physio service. But these services implemented by the child. So whenever you execute this code, I'll do one thing. I will keep here separator 2 and save it. Only two scenarios are valid in data abstraction. So whenever you run it, you will see all the services from that particular parent. This point is clear, everyone, right? This example, are you understanding about what is the main purpose of interface? So instead of repeating the logic, one time create a one special class which provide all the method to you. You can use it and you can customize it as per your requirement. Got it? But one more point. Let's talk about now every country they have their medical associations. Like we have Indian Medical Association, US Medical Association, but then they have to follow the rule which is defined by World Healthcare Organization, where we call or which we call WHO. Got it? So now let me design one more parent. I'll say, okay, WHO is the main. Whatever rule defined by WHO, every rule has to be followed by whom? All the associations, okay, from that particular country. At this moment, I would like to design in this way. Now, what is this? Please have a look. Absolutely, again, if WHO defines rule, means I will be designing interface only. Then one interface to another interface, what is the relation? Guys, class can extend a class. Remember, class can extend another class. Whenever you have first is interface, which is special class, right? Then second class can implement it. Remember, we can't extend it. But whenever there are two special classes, means interface and interface, what is the relation? You need to understand one interface is already not implemented, right? Interface means not implemented class. So if it is not implemented, it will not implement other interface also. One interface can extends other interface. This is the relation you need to remember. So interface to interface relation will be extends, not implement. Got it? But absolutely, if you observe this scenario, this is called one part, we can see one parent, two child, it's a hierarchical. And two parent, one child, it's a multiple. And combination of both, we can call it as hybrid inheritance in Java. Got it? So this is possible. Let's design our third interface. Let's define some method and let's see how we can access it. But again, there is a rule. Interface can't implement method, right? Then whatever method are defined in WHO, who is going to implement it? Again, that's the responsibility of a child class. Are you getting my point? So WHO method also means grandparent method also implemented by the child only. And whenever any patient reach to that hospital, now the patient is having all the kind of services. Got it? So this is one of the very interesting part, interface. Please focus. Let me show you how we can achieve diamond problem or hybrid inheritance in Java. So I'm just going to design one more interface, which is WHO. Now guys, WHO says that, okay, due to the pandemic situation, every hospital now they should have COVID-19 test. Better? COVID-19 test. Okay, great. So this is what the main method which every hospital should have, or main test which every hospital should have. Great. But I just wanted to make a relation now. So I'll come back to Indian Medical Association, and yes, as I told you, one interface can extend another interface. So let me write it is extending WHO, save it. Then I will come back to US also and I will write, okay, fine, extends everything, okay, from again WHO. And let's save it. Now, if I come back to Noble Hospital, automatically I'm getting error because it is asking me to implement method from WHO. See, COVID-19 test. Let me implement. As soon as I add this, now the COVID-19 test is available that we can implement. Great. Means now by default, this hospital provides you COVID-19 test. Easy everyone. So this is how hybrid inheritance also you are able to achieve. Now think, child have a benefit whenever you come to testing part. Now Noble Hospital can call method from WHO also, and which is also same relation, inherited abstract method. So COVID-19 test is available in Noble Hospital. It is available in Indian Medical Association too, because grandparent method can be accessed, and this is available for US also. So all other hospital, they will follow this particular method and they will follow this particular test. When you run, you will get the result. I hope you are understanding what exactly interface it is. Now tell me, is this point clear? What is interface? And guys, why interface will help you to achieve 100% abstraction? Because here all the methods are by default abstract and public. Method body is not allowed. Okay, so this is very important topic. And interface is only one who will help you to achieve hybrid inheritance and multiple inheritance in Java. Just remember this example and understand how we design this particular structure. Clear? So this is the main part. Interface will help you to achieve 100% abstraction. So you can see Interface is a blueprint, special class with static and final constants and public abstract method. Means by default, all the methods are abstract and public. By default, all the data is a static and final. It enables multiple inheritance and loose coupling. One class can implement multiple interface also. Means relations are different. Just now we have seen that one class implement two different interfaces. Correct? That is possible. So that is help you. Actually, this scenario will help you to achieve multiple inheritance. So one child can have a properties from two different parents. And then it will help you to achieve 100% abstraction. A maker interface like serializable, event listener, remote, even these are the tag interfaces which do not have any field or method in it, right? So interface can be anything. Interface with method, without method also possible. Okay, but remember that's a very interesting or important class. An interface generally they don't have any kind of constructor part because guys object is not possible to create, so no need of constructor to initialize the object. Clear? Very simple rule. And remember this part. One class can extend another class. Interface method implemented by other class. And one interface can extend another interface. Remember the rule. This is a very famous interview question. I hope you understood what is interface. Now let me come back to automation part. So why I discussed that this topic is very important. Now let me give you idea. What exactly Selenium developer have, how they design the course. I mean, how they design that Selenium WebDriver, which will help you to automate your web application. Mainly concept is what? They design WebDriver as an interface. Okay. Now guys, just have a look. What they did. So they have designed Selenium WebDriver as an interface. So WebDriver is the main interface name. Now you can see this is the WebDriver and they have added many methods to it. Example, get method where you can pass URL address and these are the customizable, right? Means I can call get method, I can pass any URL address and I can open that application. Then suppose they have get title. Get title will help you to get the title of the application. Now this interface have some other method. Let's say get window or get current URL. Let me write get current URL. Correct? Then we have get page source. Lot of methods are there, right? So I'm just writing sample methods. Okay, so currently suppose I'm having this method. Get window handle, get window handles. Okay, close method, quit method. Lot of methods are there in Selenium WebDriver. Great. So now please understand if WebDriver is an interface, how you can call method of interface. Now you tell me the answer. If I'm having interface, how you can call any method from the interface? Because all the methods are abstract only. Only declaration we have, we don't have body. And how you can call it? So we need what? We need child classes. Then only through the child class you can call now. So guys, what they did, they created some child classes as per the browser. Correct? Means see, we are using WebDriver to automate web application. And web application can be launched within a browser. So they designed some child classes like we have Chrome driver. This is a child class to interact with Chrome browser. We have Firefox driver to interact with Firefox browser. We have Edge driver, which will help you to interact with Edge browser. And likewise, you have other browsers too, like Safari driver, okay, IE driver. These are the child classes already implemented. So guys, they have designed everything. Methods are ready. Child classes are ready who has implemented the method of WebDriver, right? Everything is ready. And the point is, this entire bundle of a program means you will not able to, like in automation, it is not expected to write any logic to design any interface or any class. You don't need to do anything. Everything is ready. But they have given you everything in the form of executable file. Remember, executable file means, is it I need to design interface? No. Is it you need to design any child class? No, everything is ready. Relation and all, everything is ready. Only they have provided you, executable file. Whenever it comes to the Java, you will be getting jar file, Java archiver. If you are using Maven project, then in Maven you will get the dependency Selenium dependency, and that dependency you will be adding in your project, and then it becomes client library. Remember, in Selenium WebDriver, in Selenium architecture, client library is the first component. You need a library, then only you will able to access this entire relation, and you will able to test your app. So in Selenium, we are not implementing any class or anything, nothing. It is just everything is ready. Just add this client library into Eclipse and you are ready to write your logic. Now tell me, suppose I wanted to test my application using Chrome. Okay. How I can write this? How I can call method of parent using child object? Tell me how I can call method of parent using child object. What the first statement I need to write? Okay, whose method? Who is your parent? WebDriver. See, why not child class reference child class object? You can access everything from child also, right? But remember, this child class has implemented all this method, but actual methods we are calling from the parent. So very common scenario that we follow to write our automation script is always parent reference and child object. So guys, you need to write this statement as an initial statement in your automation logic. WebDriver driver, it is equal to new and Chrome driver. What is the meaning of this statement? So WebDriver means interface object or interface reference you are creating, an object you are creating for Chrome browser. With the help of this particular scenario, you can access all the methods only from the parent, and where I can access then driver.get, title, everything from that parent, and I will able to test my app. Are you getting my point? So this is the one line you need to write to call your method from the parent and automate your application. So why interface is important? Because if you understand the relation, you will understand automation too. And let me tell you, not only this much, what is the actual relation in between WebDriver and Chrome? Let me tell you, in interface, in Selenium architecture, we have parent interface available whose name is search context. Remember guys, this is the parent interface for Selenium WebDriver. Then we have WebDriver as a child interface. Okay. Then all the method of WebDriver and the parent implemented by the child. But what's the name of that child? Chrome? No. Name of that child is remote web driver. What's the name of that child? It's a remote web driver. This is your child class. Let me tell you, in complete latest version, Selenium 4, right? In Selenium 4, we have, okay, 4 interfaces which are important. Let's say one more is there, JavaScript executor. JavaScript executor, that's another interface. And we have one more, which is all about text screenshot. Okay, this is another interface. And all these interfaces implemented by remote WebDriver, which is our child class. You need to remember this. So everything is implemented already. And then this child class extends by other child classes, where we have Chrome driver, which is actually the class for the Chrome browser, right? Then I will say Firefox driver, correct? So these are the different child classes. Now let me help you with this topic, right? And then I will write here, suppose Edge driver. So whatever, other child classes are there, that layer is here. So try to understand then why we always write only WebDriver. Can I write search context driver is equal to remote WebDriver or is equal to Chrome driver? Yes, absolutely no problem. But the problem is search context can have only two method definition. One is find element and another one is find elements. Means only two method you can access if you create reference of this parent. But if you create reference of Selenium WebDriver, you can access WebDriver method plus find element and find elements, which is coming from the search context. You can access it. That's the benefit. Got it? Okay. Why we don't write remote WebDriver always? Guys, remote WebDriver, this is the main child who has implemented all the method from all the interfaces. But actually, we are interacting with the browser and they have designed special classes for each and every browser layer. This is the browser layer, okay? And that's the reason if you write child class of any browser layer, you can access, you are able to launch that application within that browser. So we don't need remote WebDriver. Generally, this class will help you for parallel execution, okay? Somewhere remote execution, and this I will be covering with Selenium Grid. Okay, in a distributed environment, how you are able to write a logic that is possible with the help of remote WebDriver. Are you clear? Okay, these are two more special interfaces, JavaScript and text screenshot, that we will see as per the topic. But this is the main hierarchy which you need to remember. This is your Selenium interface and classes hierarchy. So search context is also interface, WebDriver is also interface, and these are the classes. I hope this main architecture is clear to all. I would like to show you how come search context have only two methods. Is it true? Let's see. Correct? So the first point is whenever we are going to practice, okay, for Selenium WebDriver, I will be showing you in both the way. One class, I mean one project I will be designing as a Java project, how you will add a jar file to the Java. And second way, which is we are going to follow for further sessions, that is Maven project. In real time, we don't follow Java project only. Remember. So we need a Maven project to have. Correct? So what I'm going to do, guys, just have a look. I will be adding all these points. So you will not miss single point. Very first, I will create here one more document. Oh, not class. I wanted to create one file. Just a minute. Yes. I'll say Selenium notes. Okay. And within this file, we will write some points first. So guys, I'm talking about, let me associate this file, Selenium WebDriver. So if anybody asks you, what is Selenium WebDriver? First point is Selenium WebDriver is, okay, is an API for web UI, okay, automation. So WebDriver is an interface. Remember, technically it is designed as an interface. Okay. So this will help you to automate web UI of that application. Okay. How we can set up Selenium WebDriver? So guys, Selenium WebDriver setup. Okay. So I'm going to show you two ways, right? First using Java project. So let me write using Java project. And second, I will be covering using Maven project. Great. Okay. So let's talk about first using Java. So what you need to do is, I'm writing the steps here. You need to create, okay, create new Java project. Okay. Then you need to download, okay, Selenium executable jar, okay, from Selenium, from selenium.dev, which is the official website. Third step, add jar, okay, add jar into project. Now, the point is how you are going to add it. So we have a steps. You need to do right click on project. Then after that, you will be just go to the build and okay, build. Under build, you will have okay, configure build. And under that, you will get options, library. Okay. Inside library, you will just come to that module info. Okay. So library, you will get two things. One is I think module info and class info. You need to come to the class, and then inside that class level or class module, we can add external jar. Okay, these are the basic steps that we are following. And yeah, fourth step is setup ready. Okay, setup ready. That's it. How you will attach using Maven. Okay, very first, what is Maven? So let me tell you in real time we follow Maven, and let me tell you Maven is project or build management tool. Okay, it's a separate tool followed by developer and tester both. And Maven heart is okay. Maven has pom.xml file. So this is very important file. Okay, I will write pom.xml is called configuration file. Configuration file for project. Okay, file for project. Let me tell you, POM stands for, okay, stands for project object model. Okay, so this is very, very important. And under this POM, okay, under POM, we will add, okay, Selenium dependency. So here the dependency, that is nothing but the library. Okay, I will say dependency is nothing but what? Dependency is executable, simple executable library. So don't get confused. Now how to add? So we have a Maven project structure. Very first you will get a project tag. Okay. So everything you will write inside the project only. Opening and closing. Guys, we are talking about XML file. In XML tags, you will be getting in this manner. Okay, so you can read it as a project tag. This is opening, this is closing. In between this, we can add our dependency. So for that, we need dependencies. Okay, you will be writing in this manner. Dependencies, opening, and then we have dependencies closing. In between opening and closing, whatever project dependencies are there that you can add. For example, suppose I will be adding dependency for Selenium 4, whatever it is, correct? We can add it. And then again, I'm closing it. So these dependencies, you will get it from where? That is the main part. Fine, I can add my dependencies like this in my project structure. But the question is, where you will find out these dependencies? So guys, remember, Maven project has two types of repository. Okay, every Maven project has two types of repository. Okay, repository, you can just consider it is kind of storage area. Okay, so repository, and those repository, okay, one is local repo, and second one is called central. First of all, it's a central, and even it's a remote repo. So we have these two types of repository under Maven. The point is, people might ask you, okay, fine, what does local repository, where you will find out this? What's the location or path of this local repository? Always remember local repository path available in your C drive under your user, you will get one M2 folder. And there you can see the path for your local repository. Means whenever you attach, whenever you store any dependency in your Maven project, where it will get saved inside your machine, local machine under your user, you will find out M2 folder. And that is another interview question. People might ask you, okay, do you know where the local repository available? The local repository available in your machine inside M2 folder. And let me tell you, Maven is developed by Apache, okay? Apache Foundation. That's the reason central remote repository you will be having by Apache, and that you can access using MVN repository. So we have a very special site using MVN repository. Let me write, okay? And .com. When you follow this MVN repository.com, you will get that remote repository where you can access any dependency, whatever you need for your project. I hope for now this information is enough. Okay. I'll show you both the way how we are going to do the setup. So very first step, as I told you, we are creating new project. Let's say Java project setup only I will be showing to you, because we are not going to practice in Java. You know what is Java project? Normally we create a class, we run it, right? But all the automation sessions I will be taking through Maven. That is important. But let me show you both the way first. So you can create a new project. Okay, when you do the setup, let's say I'm just going to create a new project. Okay, new. And now let me come to the Java project. Here I'm writing, suppose this is Selenium 4. Okay, Selenium 4. And yeah, no need to change anything. Uncheck the module information. Just click on next and click on finish. Okay, one project is ready. Now, guys, what you can do now, you can create a new package. Just have a look. Suppose I'm creating new package and I'm writing, okay, fine. This is com dot, let's say web testing. Okay, done. And I wanted to write here logic. Okay, so let me start my first test case. So I'll say, okay, first test, right? And I'm just taking main function. Normally it's like a class. And we know that how we can start our, browser. What is the first step? I wanted to create, very first, I wanted to create driver session. How you guys are going to create a driver session? So we have a simple statement to write WebDriver driver. It is equal to new Chrome driver. And please have a look when you write this. When you run this, you will able to launch a browser. But the problem is what? I have just created plain Java project. I haven't added any Selenium dependency, or I will say Selenium library, which is called client library. If there is no client library, whenever you write this statement, Java don't know now, like what is WebDriver? What is Chrome driver? So Java is asking you, WebDriver cannot be resolved to type. Either you can create a class, either you can create interface, or what type of parameter, or you can add a parameter as a WebDriver, because Java don't know what is WebDriver. Who implemented Selenium WebDriver interface? Who implemented this class? This is not implemented by Java. You need a client library because it is implemented. Definition of this interface is available inside Selenium library. Got it? So even though you write, you will not able to access anything from Selenium. So we need to add a client library. Got it? So I don't know, because see, at this moment, Java don't know what is WebDriver, what is Chrome driver, and we are not going to create any class. Nothing is required. Just come back to official website. Better, I will open browser. I will open official website, which is selenium.dev. So let me search on Google selenium.dev. And when you go to this official website, you will just come to this download section. For Java project C, these are the Selenium clients and WebDriver language binding. And here you can see Java and the latest dependency, library is 4.28. But guys, which one to download? If you download this, problem is you will get complete zip. We don't need all the other files. We need only executable. So little bit come down, and there you can see latest stable version 4.28.1. Yeah, we need only this one. Click. So we are directly taking that, okay, executable only, and it's only one file. You can see it is downloaded and it's a Selenium server 4.21.1. So I'm directly downloading that server. Then I don't need any other file. Okay. File is downloaded in my download section. What I need to do now? So I will come back to project. As I told you the step, right click on project, come to build, and then you have this configure build path, right? Then you can see library, and then you can see class path. And inside a class path, you can add external jar. There I can come to the download. I can select today's jar. I'll say open. That's it. And you can apply and close. Perfect. It will added in the reference library. Okay, so I will come back to notes again. See the path. We have followed the same. So build, right click on project, come to this build path, configure build path. Okay. Even come to the class path and then add external jar. That's it. Okay, so I have updated the notes, and this is what we did now. So it will be added in the reference library. And now please see the beauty. Once it is added, save the project. And when I come to here, right, I got the option import WebDriver from openqa.selenium. So guys, this is your main package org.openqa.selenium, where this interface definition is available. Got it? The first thing is to what? Whenever you write this statement, you need to import it. So let me import it. Now I'm going to import Chrome driver also from the same package. Got it? And now this one line. is enough to start your driver session with a Chrome. Got it? Let me save. And now if I run this, please have a look. Whenever I'm executing it, I will able to see that Chrome is open, Chrome is launch, okay, and it's a blank. So it will keep your original browser secure. You will able to see only dummy browser. This is what a prototype I can say. One replica of your real browser. So you can see the message. I'm getting a message. Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Means it is not a real one, but it is a replica of your real browser. That's it. And I am able to launch a Chrome very easily. Got it? Now currently I can see some warnings here. Okay. You might able to see this part. Okay. Let me explain what is this. Why you are getting this warning. Currently you can see what I'm getting that. Okay. That org OpenQuery Selenium Dev Tool CDP version. Okay. CDP version finder and find nearest match. What is the meaning of this log? CDP stand for Chrome DevTool Protocol. Guys, what happens? See, currently there is a possibility I might using a different browser version. And Selenium is whenever you write a statement, Selenium will show you that particular browser. Okay. So what happens initially, whatever version you guys are using, Selenium try to identify that version. Okay, but if Selenium don't have that version browser, Selenium will do the nearest match, and then that particular browser Selenium will open and you are able to see that browser. So where this CDP browsers means every time Selenium is itself downloading that browser for you. You don't need to do anything. And where this information available, okay, currently you can see what I got another log, unable to find CDP implementation matching 131. So I will show you one thing. If you can open your Chrome and if you just come to this help about Google Chrome, see which version I'm using. Can you see this? My latest version is 131. And Selenium is saying that, okay, we are not able to identify 131 version. So what the log I'm getting, Selenium is asking me, okay, fine. Then what we did, we just perform some, nearest match, unable to find this CDP and we use some nearest match. Now that information, which version they have used, you can see. So they have tool version 86 where the version 86 matches the version Chromium based browser you are using. And version number of this artifact is the same for Selenium. Means they don't find this one but they found some previous one and based on that they are just initializing the session. But I would like to show you where all these browser details available in Selenium. So guys, technically this is available in the cache. Okay, so I'll show you one thing. When you write this code you will immediately get that folder in your machine. Okay, just have a look. When you come to C drive and in C I'll just come to users. Okay, fine. And there let me come to that user and here you will able to see cache dot cache. Okay, if I open it dot cache, see this tool, I mean this folder you will get automatically. When you open it, there you can see whatever browsers you are using, they have automatically downloaded here every browser. Now see, I have used many time, right? You can see the date 2022, 2023, 2025. So that's the reason. Okay, I'm having all the versions. In your case, if you're doing first time, you might able to see only one driver over there. Okay, so currently you can see this is today's date. Can you see that? It is already, downloaded the manager. So you can see if I open this, all these versions you can see. And it found the similar match. Currently it is running my browser with 4.28. Got it? So we have Selenium manager here, which we have downloaded already. Means Selenium will do this task internally. You don't need to worry about it. So it's available in the cache. And when you come to this Chrome driver and all, you can see automatically you can see today's date. Just have a look. When I open it, they match this particular current browser. So you can see now they have added. Please have a look. Previously they don't found, but now they have added this latest version 131, which is I'm using. See the today's date. So what it will do first time, if first time it is not match, you are able to see that log. But second time it will download automatically. And when you run this test case again, then it might be the case you will not able to see that log again. Are you getting my point? but that's just a log. That's not any exception or error. So your code is fine. It is working fine. Let's see. Let me run it one more time. This time, again, it will launch the browser for me. And again, it is giving me that log. And this is perfectly fine. Clear, everyone? So you are getting this long because Chrome DevTool protocol that they have found some previous version. They don't have latest version, but now they have downloaded. So whenever we create a different class, whenever we write a code, you will able to see that there will be no log. You will see the only browser. Got it? Now please have a look another thing. One more point. Okay. Then we will see tomorrow Maven setup. If I try to write driver, now we know that with the help of this reference, we can call method of parent. If I put dot operator, please have a look. These are the number of methods which you can access from Selenium WebDriver. See, you can just have a look, find element, find elements, get current URL, get page source, title, window handle, switch to, all these method we can access from WebDriver. So means whenever you create a parent reference child object, all the WebDriver method I can access. But guys, let me show you. If you follow parent interface for Selenium WebDriver, which is in our case, search context. Okay, let me create search context. Driver 2, it is equal to new. And suppose I'm writing Chrome driver. Why we generally don't follow this? As I told you, search context interface have only two method definition. One is find element, another one is find elements. Let me show you that part. If I import it from same Selenium package, now see driver 2, what you can access from driver 2. Driver 2 dot, if I can write, please see the difference. How many method you can access? Only two. Can you just have a look? Find element and find elements. But where is get method? Where is title and current URL method? No, that's available in WebDriver. That's not available in the search context. Are you getting my point? So only two method we are able to access if you design this scenario. Okay, only two methods. And that's the reason in practice we don't follow this one. We generally follow this one because by default WebDriver is the main interface and through which you can call all the method. Are you getting my point? And let me show you. If you are thinking, yeah, that's fine. WebDriver driver 2, it is equal to new. And suppose I'm trying to create here remote WebDriver object. Yeah, that's fine. You can design, no problem at all. Let me import this class directly from Selenium remote. But see the point. What they design, whenever you wanted to use remote WebDriver, you need to pass here some constructor. See, constructor is undefined. I can't pass here some information, then only it will be accepted. So generally it is for the remote setup. As I told you, it is for the remote setup. So using this, you will be not able to launch Chrome or other browser. So better, instead of writing in this manner, we can write WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Or WebDriver driver is equal to new Edge driver. So generally we don't follow this one also. Correct? Because we need to pass here some constructor. Constructor means maybe your server URL address. This I will be covering. Okay, don't worry. But these things are need to pass. But whenever you write in this manner, you don't need to pass anything. So what's a valid, statement to create your driver session? I would suggest WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. In fact, let me show you. If you wanted to open Firefox, you just need to write WebDriver driver 2, it is equal to new. And here I will be writing Firefox driver class name and just create a constructor. Let's import it. Okay. And for Edge, okay, let me write create a driver session with Chrome. This is for Chrome. This statement I have written create driver session with Firefox. Okay. And third statement I will be writing create again create driver session with Edge. Okay. So you can write in this manner. WebDriver driver 3, it is equal to new. And let me write Edge driver class. That's it. Let's import it from the Selenium. Save the code and please have a look. Now 3 drivers I have declared means 3 session I'm trying to launch and focus. First you can see Chrome. Now it will open Firefox and see Firefox browser got open and it's empty because we haven't learned yet how to open application and all. And see, this is Microsoft Edge. So 3 browsers we have open internally. Got it? And all 3 are replica. Okay, this is not real but replica. And in automation for security purpose, we are using replica and on through that we are testing our app. That's it. I hope you are clear. Selenium setup with Java project only. Is this point clear to all? Tomorrow, I will show you how to create a Maven project and how to do the setup. Okay, so you can follow the session. I will be uploading only today's Java learning again project on GitHub where you can find Selenium notes and just follow the step and complete your, setup for Java. Okay, just try this. Fine. So I will push this code. Let me just come to the resource. Okay, and I think it's day 21. Okay, if I'm not wrong. Let me just confirm. Yesterday recording. Okay. Acha, this is today and yesterday 21. Yeah, okay. Then this is 22. Okay, better. Let me add git status, git add. Okay, git commit. Okay, then I will write -m Java day 22. Okay, and guys, here we have discussed. Let me write Selenium setup. Okay, done. And let me push it, push -u origin to master. Okay, do not miss tomorrow's session also, which is important. We will talk about Selenium setup and some basic test cases. And then we will move back again to Java. Let me finish Java and then we will continuously discuss only for Selenium. Okay, great. Chalo, so find all the code, everything from the repo and complete your practice, right? If you have any question, connect with me, discuss your queries, right? Okay, fine. Chalo. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. See you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Yes.